નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી.
Standard 8th, Subject Science, Chapter 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. So dear students, in the last video, some of the introduction I had given to you. When I will start the lesson, you know that the growing up, so you know that all the animals are reproducing. In the last lesson you learned, reproduction is essential to continue their lives, to continue their species. And also, you know that after growing up a certain age, human beings and many other animals can reproduce. Okay, try to understand now. Growing up at a certain age, that human beings and many other animals can reproduce. Why can humans reproduce only after a certain age? So the question is that, why can human, even other animals reproduce only after a certain age? Why? So that you are going to learn. Because you know that changes that takes place in the human body, you know that from the child, you see that year-wise you see the changes that takes place in the human body, after which a person becomes capable of reproduction. The stage comes, the person able to reach the capable of the reproduction, able to reach the reproductive characters. Okay. So then also reproductive organs, here you know that the development of the reproductive organs will develop. So we shall discuss this, the roles of the hormones also during this stage. What will happen? The hormones are so important, play in bringing about the changes that makes the child to grow into adult. So here who is responsible? The hormone is responsible. Okay. Now we'll say that adolescence and puberty. What do you mean by that? You have already definition I told you. But here you know that the adolescence and puberty. So you know that when I told you when you will come to the 8th standards, when you will see your faces, some hairs are growing, mustache, and above the lips, and this is all you see, and height grows, and here body development also, and some of them are you are looking funny with a hairy line above their lips. Okay, these are all about the growth aspect. These are all indication of the growth. Growth begins from the day one is from the born. See, the growth begins from the day one. When you started, when the child comes out, from that day onwards, slowly the growth takes place. Okay, but upon, say, try to understand, crossing the age of 10 or 11, some of the books say given 10 or 12 also, 11, 12, there is a sudden spurt, sudden increase in the growth which becomes noticeable. So one can notice, one can remark, or our eye will recognize them. So these changes, the changes that takes place in the body are the part of growing up. An indication of the growth tells. They indicate that you are no longer a child. You are no longer a child, but are on the way to becoming an adult. So you are far away now. You are reaching the age of adult. Okay. So growing up is a natural process. This is a natural process. The period of life when the body undergoes changes. See, the period of the life when the body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity. That is called as adolescence. Reproductive means that stage will come, that person is capable of giving birth to the another one. So that is a reproductive maturity. And another one is, so that is why I am saying adolescence. See, adolescence begins around the age of, I told you in some of the books is given 11 and 12 also. Okay, 10 also given. So approximately these are the ages 11, 12. up to the 18 or 19 years. So that is why, since the period covers the teens, you know that 13, 14, 15, up to 18, 19. So that is why this period, 13 to 18 or 19, that is teenagers, we are saying. What the term we are saying? Teenagers. Okay, adolescents are also called as teenagers, we are saying. Those period we are calling teenagers, we are saying. In girls, adolescence may begin a year or two earlier than the boys. Okay, girls and boys comparison we do. Compared to the boys, the first one or 2 years before. Okay, suppose here 11 year is there from the 9. Okay, 12, okay, like this, 9 to 10 years. And here 11 to 12 years, like this. The human body undergoes several changes during the adolescence. See, during this period, the human body is undergoes changes, several changes during the adolescence. These changes mark the one set of puberty. So here you got the word puberty. What is puberty? The age at which a person is first capable of sexual reproduction. This age, the person is capable of sexual reproduction. So that is called as puberty. See the speed spelling P-U-B-E-R-T-Y. Okay. So the most important change which marks the puberty is that, see, the most important change which marks the puberty is that boys and girls become capable of reproduction. Either boys or girls ready for the reproduction. The puberty ends when an adolescent reaches reproductive maturity. So this puberty will be ending when the person reaches the reproductive maturity, then the puberty will end. Now the next one is the important changes at puberty. What changes at puberty? So you know that increase in the height. First of all, we'll see the increase in the height. That is the important changes at puberty stage. And you know that hairs above the lips, change in the body shape, voice change. So these are all changes at the puberty stage. Okay, and increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands and development of the sex organs. So these are all the indications, or these are all the changes at the puberty. Now dear students, first we will see increase in the height. The most conspicuous, the easy to notice. Conspicuous means what? Easy to notice. Changes during the puberty is sudden increase in the height. So height increases. At this time, the long bones, that is the bones of the arms and the legs. See, in this stage, the long bones, especially the bones of the arms and the bones of the legs, elongate. Elongate means become lengthy, increases their length. So looks a person tall, so makes a person tall. Due to this, the person becomes taller. So here you can calculation for your height. So dear students, these are all the years. In this lesson, you can calculate your height at the age. This much age will be there. How much I can reach the age? For example, 8 years, 9 years, up to 18 years, and afterwards growth stops. Or 19 years, then growth stops. So their percentage wise is given. We will see that. See, the following chart gives the average rate of growth in the height of the boys and girls with the age. See here approximately your height, how much height you can reach. That is approximate idea you will get. The figures in the column 2nd and 3, see boys percentage and girls percentage given. Percentage of the height the person has reached the age given in the column 1. The boys the age and the boys second column, boys reach the girls age. So this you will see, these figures are only representative. There may be variation also. Okay, now for example, age you will see that. Use the table in your friends. You can use say your standard, this one, find out who is likely to be the tallest and who might be likely to be the shortest. Say for example, here you see at the age of 8 years, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll see about the 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. See here 72%. And here girls are 77%. And 9 years 75%. And 81% girls. Okay. So these are all approximately given here. And 10 years, the boys 78% and here 84%. Okay, like this. So how to calculate it? This is all in the chart is given. You have to look the chart in the textbook and then you have to calculate your height. So this is calculation for the full height. That is in the centimeter. First of all, present height in the centimeter. Present height centimeter you have to see. For example, here the question is given. You have to measure your height according to age, 8, 9, 10. You see that your age is what? Well, 11 years is there, 12 years, 13, up to 19, 18, 19 years it will be there in this chart. So measure your height. For example, here given a boy reaches 9 years. See here 9 years, one example is given. 9 years, see, present height in the centimeter. Okay, boy reached here 120 centimeter. 120 centimeter. And percentage of full height in this. Okay, 9 years he has given. Percentage how much is given? 75% is given. So 120 divided by 75 and multiplied by percentage. So that's why 100. Okay. So this much. So first you have to measure your height. According to age you have to see in the chart what percentage is given. Then here 100. Okay, then you know that 25 3 are 75 and 25 4 and 3 1 here 3 40. So how much centimeters? So approximately your height will be 160 centimeter tall. So at the age of 9 years, the person will be how much? 160 centimeter tall he becomes. So this is the growth aspect. So suppose if you have taken your age is 10. Okay, 10 is there, you have to see your measurement, how many centimeter you are at. And again, that much and divided by girls is there, you have to see the girls column. Here percentage wise is given, percentage of full height. You see the girls column. Boys is there, you have to see the boys column. And see the age. Suppose if you are 13, you have to see the 13 column, 13. And suppose you are 11, 11 you have to see. Boys is there, boys line you have to see. Girls is there, girls line you have to see. And then you have to go for like this. Make a multiplication. And then find your heights. So in this way, you will come to know that where your height will be. Okay, this chart shows your height. So initially, girls grow faster. See, try to understand. After looking this chart, initially girls grow faster than the boys. But about 18 years age, both reach the maximum height because their growth aspect stage is going to end. So a person will growth maximum 18 to 19 years. Then afterwards, the growth, other changes you can see. But height and this all will not be, more or less. Stops. So the rate of the growth in the height varies in different individuals. The different depends upon the different. Some may grow suddenly also. Sometimes some of the persons grow very suddenly. And some of them will go slow changes. Some of them 10 years only they will have height will be increases. For some of them 13 years. So like this way, this some may grow suddenly at puberty and then slow down. While others grow slowly, then it will come to the correct height. So in this way, your development or growth aspect will be taken place. So you not to worry about this. Okay, dear students. Okay, we'll continue remaining in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us